All right, good afternoon. all right, so what I wanted to do was brought to my attention that the previous video had a period of time, a large chunk of time where there's a gap and nothing was showing on the screen. So I wanted to do a part two to make sure I covered everything and that there's visuals to everything that I wanted to cover for that video. So this is going to be a bit of a more condensed version of that one, but I'm gonna try to cover the same information to make sure everything is good. So the first thing that I covered in that video was the trade setup from yesterday, and that was using this area here as an area of interest. Again, on the 1 hour, using the money flow profile from Lux Algo, which I saw that it was running out of interest for this particular range on the 1 hour. But in any case, I saw that there was an influx of volume that came in right around this 8 o'clock candle. And typically, anyone that's familiar with volume spread analysis, you recognize spikes in volume at a given time, which could indicate and lead to reversals or big moves in the market. So this caught my attention. Once it caught my attention, I took a look, looked at some verifications. Again, saw that there was volume that was coming into the market, and then looked at a couple of other confluences at the time. So the other confluence was again this area being low liquidity as far as the 1 hour range. So if we go to the daily though, the daily gives us a bit of a different perspective. Um, and why as to why the market may have been reversing at that point, which as you can see using the money flow profile here, volume profile and the volume, we see that we have a high volume area that price had tapped into. And the volume, sitting in here based off of this yellow area here, this one right here is to the tune of 1.068 billion in volume, and then the one right under it, 928 million. So you're looking at almost 2 billion ticks of volume at this in this particular area right here. So no wonder price rejected from this area or what have you. And so that's again what gave me additional verification and confluence that this down move was something to pay attention to. And so then the next thing I did was I went to the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to show you what that looked like. Okay. So on the 15-minute, what I did was I saw again looking at the 1 hour, which is usually my technical analysis time frame, right? I saw this playing out this way. So 8:45, I saw this two up candle, and then right at 9 o'clock, we got this two down candle. So my order, my limit order, sell order went right there to be triggered once price came and broke the low of this two down candle, and that's exactly what happened. And the 9:15 candle, price was able to come down, trigger me into the move, and my target was right down here, pretty much where I was able to get into the move yesterday. Some point, let me see. So, yep. So when you look at the amount of pips that was involved in that move, pretty significant. So I was able to get in like right there and was able to take it all the way down into this area. And so as you can see right about here, this 4 a.m. candle hit my take profit and I was out of the move. So that was the trade that I took between last night and tonight, and that was the reasons and confluences behind me taking that trade. One other thing that I will show you, let me put this on here, that you can utilize as well, the UT bot alerts indicator. On the 15-minute, again, I would not recommend it on any lower time frame. And only at key areas. Again, if you didn't catch it in the last video that I did, you can get some false signals. So don't pay any attention to those. Just pay attention to the signals that you get if you're going to utilize this. Pay attention to the signals you get at your key areas. For instance, price coming and breaking out of this high volume area, that would have been a good buy signal. Price coming rejecting this order block right here, that would have been a good sell signal, right? Again, same thing here. Price coming out of this order block, that would have been a good buy signal. Price coming out of this this high volume area, a good buy signal, right? Again, taking our guidance and our how far we want our targets from the higher time frame, which in this case would be the hourly and or the daily, right? Again, just wanted to illustrate to you how you can utilize the UT bot alerts signals, to get in and out of the market if that's what you feel like something that could be utilized to help you out and give you that visual for those entries, right? And then also the other thing I like about the UT bot alerts is that you can set alerts. You can set actual alerts so that you don't have to be at your computer the whole time. Like you should be able to get alerts to tell you that we just got a buy signal, at a certain area. So if you're targeting a certain area, you're able to get that. All right, so let me switch back to the 1 hour real quick and then show you a trade that I missed. The trade that I missed, and I'm gonna show you why I missed it and then why I won't miss it again. All right, so back to the 1 hour on UJ. So as I was looking at the market, again, I saw price came down, and got down to this area again, my target, right? But then it started pulling back. So let me take this off real quick. Take that off real quick. All right. So I saw that when I got up this morning, I saw that price was kind of pulling back a little bit. So my thought was we were at the very, because I didn't see any fair value gaps or anything. So my thought was we would claim this liquidity right here and get back into this, test this 1 hour resistance. Again, we know that it failed twice already, but we wanted to see if it would test it, being as though the market has been bearish all day. So we wanted to see if price would test this resistance, but it did not. It did not make it all the way to the order block. And so I was asking myself why, price didn't make it to the order block. And so my thought process was, well, maybe there's some volume that I'm not seeing. And, I could see it. We can see a bit of volume right here. So my thought process was to go down to the 15-minute to get a lower time frame perspective, which is very important to get multi-time frame perspectives. And it sure did enlighten me as to the value that having multiple time frames can have, right? So what happened earlier was that price came up, and this was it right here. This was the area. Yep. So price came up, and as you can see, it was this was the area where that 1 hour order block was, and you can see it didn't get into that area, right? But it reversed. Why it reversed was because this is where the volume was. Remember, anytime we have these yellow volume areas, these are areas where price is going to have a reaction. As you can see, price went all the way down, from this one right here, pushed through. This one wasn't there at the time, right? Pushed through, came all the way down. I think that was like another 100 or so pips, right? And then push right back up. And as you can see, as volume started to increase, we start to get, and the increase here now was due to the consolidation that you got right here. So you end up getting that consolidation right there. So price consolidated before it pushed back down and created a 15-minute support area. So again, just getting these perspectives can be very helpful and your timing, getting in and out of the market. Again, lower time frame perspective, always good to make sure we have that. So again, that's how and why I missed the move. Again, let me put the UT bot alerts indicator on here so you can see. If we were tracking it and we were using the UT bot alerts, right? And we know that when price gets to a high volume area, that it's bound to have a reaction. We can see what reaction is going to have with the alerts, right? We can see with the alerts, or we can utilize, our other entry methods, to get into the market. But you see, we got that sell signal right there, right at the 8:30 candle to get into this market. So let's say you waited till the 8:30 candle closed and you got in right here at the close. Now you would have took a little drawdown. That's fine. This is the 15-minute, right? But from here all the way to where it ended up, right? I'll take that. 78 pips. That would have been a 78 pip move, right? From there where you would have got in to there where it ended up at the end of the day. So 70 something pip move. And then you see price reacts again, low volume. We get a buy signal to go to the upside. Let's see, if you would have waited to get in, you would have got in probably right around here and been able to take it. My thought would be to take it to that high volume area. That would have been a 20+ pip move for you. If you decided to take it just to the high volume node, knowing that price is going to have a reaction in this area or whatnot. Again, just a few tips and tricks that I wanted to give to kind of show you how we can best utilize, again, one of those aha moments for me. One last thing to show you, and then I'll be done. So if we go to the daily here, right? Again, I did this on the previous video, but I'm not sure exactly how much was lost. But this was one of the things that I wanted to show, was that using the money flow profile, which again shows us that those high volume areas, right? If you look at the daily, and we're going to do this on multiple instruments. If you look at the daily, price has a good reaction in most cases where it pushes, away quite a bit. Let me take the UT bot alerts indicator off. Right, so that's UJ. Let's look at Euro GBP. As you can see, when price decided to push away at this point, price pushed away pretty significantly, more than 100 or so pips. Now let's look at Euro USD. All right, going the opposite direction. Once price pushed through this high volume area, right, it pushes through, pull back a little bit, get into this fair value gap, and then continues for quite some time, right? Price tends to push when it gets out of these high volume areas. Even better, the pound against the US dollar. So when price pushed from here, it pushed. That's a huge push. So just imagine being able to catch one of these trades, right, where you time it. And I'm gonna do a video later this week on how you can time these daily moves here, how you can time these daily moves. Now the GJ volatile as always. We see we got some consolidation going here, so obviously this becomes a high volume area. We're not sure where the push is going to go just yet, but let's look at historically. When price decides to push, it pushes. So you see this was the initial push, like quite a bit, came back, retested this area, volume didn't change, and gave us that huge push back, So one of the things I've noticed, and this is the daily, when price comes back and retests these areas, you get an even bigger push. So the initial push, right, let's say right here, the initial push gave, oh my goodness, this is the daily, I gotta remember this is the daily, almost 1,000 pips on that initial push. Right? Do I need to show you what that next push looked like? Do I need to show you? All right, let me show you. Before it pulled back, right? It came back and tested that same area. Look at it now. I can't make this up. It filled the liquidity. That sell side liquidity right there is exactly what it did. It filled that sell side liquidity, right, for that push. Pulled back a little bit. So let's take a little something off it. Right? A couple of 100 pips, right? But then got right back in the move. So if you were in that move that entire time and stayed there, 1,600 pip move, a 1,600 pip move. Look, hey, we're not there yet. We're not there. We will get there though. We will get there where we doing, pip counts, like that. Now I don't know what the lot size is going to look like. We're trying to target, swing trade where we're getting pips like that. But just a few examples to show you, the possibilities. We see that price is coming back and testing it once again. The volume hasn't moved. So if price decides to push back up, from this area, look forward to do a pretty good push because we got plenty of sell side liquidity to handle that upside pressure. Okay. Again, just a few tips and tricks that I wanted to share. Again, an aha moment for me. Hopefully, it's been valuable to you as well, and you can, do what it is that we set out to do and be profitable traders. So, thank you for taking a look at part two. I apologize for part one, but hopefully, this kind of brings everything back around and puts everything in perspective.